Thank you for coming to the House of Banelord, and today we're going to be talking about perfume oils. So what is a perfume oil? A perfume oil is basically a concentrated version of a perfume that you probably smelled already that exists in the current marketplace. So all the brands, let's say Chanel, Dior's, they get their products reverse engineered, okay, through a third party, and it comes up with perfume oil, a concentrated version of the spray. Now you're asking, why is that even possible? How could you do that? Well, basically, it comes down to trademark. When a product like that is sold, they trademark the name and the brand, okay? And if I were to say this is actually Chanel, which is obviously it's not, but if I were to say that, then I would get in trouble because I'm representing something that it's not. But the perfume, the actual juice itself, is not trademark, and it can be reverse engineered. See, the perfume itself, you think is the most expensive part of the actual fragrance, but it actually represents less than 10%. And how's that possible? Because when you buy $100 for a bottle, what you're paying for is basically the marketing, the models, the print media, the advertising, the store that sells it, the promotion. All that is what you're basically paying for, and the markup, obviously, the crazy markup. But the juice itself is actually very low. They don't want to patent it because the patenting takes too long. You have to tell exactly the ingredients inside, and somebody can just change it, and then basically the patent is worthless, basically. So they obviously don't want to do that, and they basically they want to guard their brand. Okay, that's actually more important to them than the actual fragrance. That's why you notice that some companies in this business that literally sell, let's say for example Ed Hardy's. Ed Hardy basically are replicas, are clothes. In this sense, not the best clothes, but they are clothes of other ones. That, like for example, Love and Luck. It's a very weak version of Melissa Imperial Creed. I say Venom. This Venom, whatever, is a very good copy of Dolce & Gabbana The One. So basically, it's a clone, and they do this in mainstream. And they just brand it differently, but they can't say it. It is what it is. It's up to you to find out, and in the fragrance community, everybody finds out. Okay, so as we stated, how can they do this? There's a machine. I think. The name escapes me right now, but basically they put it through this machine, it breaks down the notes, and then they can be reverse engineered. But you also need the trained nose of perfumer to specifically smell all the intricacies. So that's why some companies, manufacturers that do perfume oils have a competitive advantage against others. They're not all the same actually. Some of them are reasonable and some are dead on. That's the key. It also reflects in terms of the pricing too. Pricing for wise, they come in. Well, just let you know, they come in you probably can buy more, but the highest I could ever get was 1 kilogram. Then you could buy 100 milliliters, and then from there you could put them into these roll-ons, or you can just buy the roll-ons and just try it out. And profit-wise, yeah, it's actually quite profitable. If you were to buy, if you scale it, if you buy large quantities and you'll be able to break it down, you'll be able to make some good money. The advantage of perfume oils, one, they cost less dramatically, so it allows a person that likes to smell good buy many instead of buying one expensive bottle. Okay, they last long. They do. A good quality one. Okay. They do last long. They don't project that much. That could be a good thing or a bad thing. When I say that is that sometimes you don't want to project too much. Sometimes you want to smell good, and it's very very strong scent. But you don't want to blast it because if you're working, like say at work, it might be inappropriate. Okay, close quarters, but you want to smell good, and what they do is they do that, and they envelop you in a scent bubble, but does not project. So yeah, those are the advantages of having perfume oils. The disadvantage is that not only a specific segment use them. Originally, they're used because it's for religious purposes. They don't have any alcohol. So some religion do not. You can't use alcohol even to spray on yourself. So like Muslims, what have you, they're very popular in that community. There's also the Arabic community. There's a whole market in terms of fragrances that we haven't even explored yet. They rule that division right there. Let's see, what else am I missing? Yeah, habits. People don't really like. People don't really like using perfume oils because they don't really know, what's it about. They just like sprays. I believe a Body Shop. It's a store called the Body Shop. It's quite popular. I'm sure you have it where you live, but they sell something called Red Musk. And the funny thing is, it's a really nice fragrance. It's a unisex fragrance. It's actually marketed for women, but guys can wear it. But the funny thing is, the actual spray sells for full retail price, but the actual perfume oils sell it for a fraction. I guess nobody was buying it, so they had to get rid of it. That's just how it is, right? So unless people change their minds, you can only go for a specific segment. Users that already use it, and people that are willing to try it. But otherwise, it is a great business to get into because it's affordable. This doesn't cost that much. Somebody can buy it, buy these small roll-ons, split it, and then obviously, this is just my personal use. I haven't created the final product yet in terms of packaging and what have you. But this is just for me. But then they could sell it, right? Individually wise, and we're talking about margins that this is like 4 times possibly more than what you paid for it. Not a bad haul. Something to consider as a side business, some side hustle that you have. If you're known as the fragrance guy, and all your friends know that you're the fragrance guy, you might want to consider that. Doing it on the side. So that's just my take on perfume oils. Thank you.